What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and when you work in woke Hollywood, you have to follow some guidelines that can be a little bit tricky, because when you play the identity politics game, you have to follow a certain set of guidelines. And in the case we have today, an actress, Thandie Newton, I think she's known as Thandiwe now, back to her original name instead of the stage name she used for so long. But in her case, she might be playing a character that's extremely woke, a character they've adapted from a short story. They turned it from a white man in his 60s to a black female in her 40s. So she's playing a character who's been gender swapped and who's been race swapped. But now she's in tears and is basically being forced to apologize for actresses who have darker skin than hers. This entire situation is laughable, and it shows you how insane Hollywood truly is, and every single form of entertainment is becoming just like this. Here's the headline: Black actress cries and apologizes to darker skinned actresses for not being black enough. My mom looks like you, and that's a quote from Thandie Newton. Yes, really, indeed. Thandiwe Newton, again, Thandie Newton is probably how you've heard her name for the past like 20 years of her career, but I think she's going by Thandiwe nowadays, says she's so mortified at not being black enough, she wants to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses. Sky News reports her new film God's Country has been adapted from a short story by James Lee Burke, but has swapped the lead character from an older white man into a black woman. Yes, so the original story is about a white man in his 60s who, you know, there's kind of some tension. He kind of feels like a little bit of an outsider. He gets into a confrontation with these people and has to deal with it in the country. Well, now it's turned into a single black female, a younger single black female gets into a confrontation with people. And of course, it's because she's black. They have completely changed up the intention of this story, but Thandiwe feels like she needs to apologize for something. Let's listen to her in her own words.
You must have got my note, though. I put it on your truck yesterday.
I now realize that my internalized prejudice was stopping me from feeling like I could play this role, when it's precisely that prejudice that I've received. It doesn't matter that it's from African-American women more than anyone else. It doesn't matter. I received prejudice. Anyone who's received oppression and prejudice feels this character. I've wanted so desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses, to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen. My mama looks like you.
Do we think this is real? She is an actress. I'm so sorry to all the darker skinned actresses that I'm getting roles. You deserve these roles, but I'm getting them. I don't know, Thandie. Maybe you should just give up these roles if you feel that badly about it. Like, this is the type of thing that's going on in Hollywood right now. And just to be clear, like, what she's saying about the movie is that anyone who's experienced prejudice can understand what this character's going through. Yeah, because they've completely changed what this story was supposed to be about a white man in the country having a problem with somebody else, right? Just a random run-in with a stranger. They get in an argument. They have a problem with each other. No. Now it's turned into the white man hates her because she's a black woman. That's what Hollywood does. These guys are pieces of shit.
It's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like I'm not representing them, that I'm taking from them, taking their men, taking their work.
Taking their men?
Taking their truth. But I do think that any women of color who've, whether they're pale or whatever, who've managed to help other actors, you know, get into this business, we matter. Whenever they say that black women have watched the movie and it's really, really, really mattered to them, I just thank God that my light skin didn't stop that from happening. I'm so that it didn't cause more pain.
This is so weird. This is how people in Hollywood think, though. This is how lunatics in Hollywood think. Now, this is the same Thandie Newton, mind you. If you don't believe me that she changed her name, there it is right here from, this is like a year ago, before she changed it back to Thandiwe. Thandie Newton blasts Star Wars for killing off her character in Solo, a Star Wars story. And what was it about? It was because of race. She first expressed her disappointment. I felt disappointed by Star Wars that my character was killed. Actually, in the script, she wasn't killed. It happened during filming, and it was much more just to do with the time we had in the scenes. It's much easier just to have me die than this for me to fall into a vacuum of space so I can come back sometime. So you assume that because you were sucked out of a port in the middle of space in a vacuum that you would just be fine. You weren't actually being killed off then instead of an explosion on screen. Okay, that's what it originally was, that explosion, and she falls out. You don't know where she's gone. So I could have come back at some point. But when we came to filming, as far as I was concerned, was aware, when it came to filming the scene, it was too huge a set piece to create. So they just had me blow up and I'm done. I remembered thinking, this is a big, big mistake. Not because of me, not because I wanted to come back. You don't kill off the first black woman to ever have a real role in a Star Wars movies. Like, are you fucking joking? Very, very upset that her character got killed off. Not content with the old white man being erased from the movie, Newton is seriously upset she isn't black enough despite being black. My internalized prejudice was stopping me from feeling like I could play this role when it's precisely the prejudice that I've received. And that's talking about exactly what we talked or what we heard her talk about. In the movie, Newton's character confronts two white hunters she catches on her property. No doubt, they're suitably monstered and demonized for the mere fact of being white. We're reaching clown world levels of absurdity that even the most black-pilled individual out there could never have predicted. And it's true. If you would have told someone a couple years ago that this would happen, I don't know if they would believe you. But we are where we are, where black actresses are breaking down crying because they feel like they're not black enough and feel some shame in some reason that they've been selected for this role of a woke, gender-swapped, race-swapped character, but maybe it's just not woke enough because of the color of their skin. They feel the need to explain to other black women, you can still see yourself in me. It's okay. Strange how all of this works and the logic that you need to have to follow it. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.